Hi friends, it is Stephanie. I have not done a Paul Mitchell video in a while, and I got a request last night from a girl. I was scrolling through my emails last night, and I had an email from YouTube, and it was like, hey, you have a comment on the video, and I was like, what? Who watches my videos? So I looked at the video, and it turned out that there was a comment asking me to do a Paul Mitchell kit video, which I did say that I was going to do when I first started Paul Mitchell. I just really never had the time to do it, or I forgot about it, or something along those lines. But I have the time now, so I'm going to do a quick Paul Mitchell kit video and try and give you guys a few tips along the way. So let's get started. Let me just start with the kit itself. This is going to be really heavy and hard for me to actually lift up in this video, but I'm just going to do it very quickly. It's a big, giant train case, and on the front of it, it says Paul Mitchell, and as you can see, my name is on it in that tag there. And then I'm just going to start out with the combs. Combs are very important. So I'm going to start with a comb that you will use in almost every single service, and this is probably one of the most important combs that you will ever have, and it is your detangling comb. It is clear and it's kind of like really hard plastic, but it has wide teeth. This is really good for wash house experience when you're doing conditioners. If you use your comb to comb through everything and make sure that there's no knots, it really helps. Detangling knots. But this is a very important comb. I use it in every single service that I do. The next comb is your cutting comb. They give you about 6 of these. It has the measurements of inches on the back. It's the 308. Some of the numbers I don't know because they've gotten rubbed off when I've been sanitizing, but it's just like your simple black cutting comb. And then you have this series of 3 colored combs. You have the 408, which is a white comb. You have the 416, which is a red comb. And then you have this one, which the number rubbed off because of the sanitization I've done, and is a teal comb. Good thing to know about these are that they are all heat proof. Actually, yes, these are all heat proof combs. For some reason I was thinking this one wasn't. But yes, they're all heat proof combs, so they're really good for using in your Marcel curling, and they're also good for your smoothing irons and your pressing things, like pressing combs. So I really like these, and they're also really good for finger waves when you need like that extra control and everything. So I would definitely recommend these to use them when you're using your Paul Mitchell kit. Another one that they give you is this one, which I've actually never used. It's the 109. It has like a teasing comb sort of apparatus. It has like really strange teeth here, and then it has a pick on this end. I've never used it, but I'm sure I'll find use for it somewhere. And then there's this also a comb I've never used. It is a tapered comb. I believe it is for men's cutting. It starts with here with a bit of less tension, then it comes into a bit more tension there. Tapered, as I mentioned. And then they have the metal tooth comb, which is the 429. This is used in horizontal weaving and slicing for color application. This is one of my also most used combs. It's easier for me to section the hair with the metal tooth than it is just the rat tail comb, which apparently my rat tail comb was missing. So, and for some reason I have 2 of these. I don't know how this happened. But yes. Oh, just poked myself with my metal tooth comb. And now let me move into the other stuff that's on the top of the kit. And what I mean by the top of the kit is there's this little tray that comes in the top of your kit, which you can store things in, like your combs. When you get your kit, they will give you 2 tint brushes. They're both Paul Mitchell tint brushes. If you replace these or you lose them or whatever, they have to be black. At least that's what it's been at my school. So they give you the 2 tint brushes. They give you a straight razor, which I've only used this a couple times, but I'm going to be taking it to Caper with me because it was on my list. So, straight razor. They give you the 2 diffusers for your blow dryer. Mine is on my blow dryer right now. They give you 10 of these clips never use these clips in the hair as I've been told. I mean, I guess if for some reason they tell you that you can use them, sure, go ahead. But they tell us to never use these in the clips. These are for our chemical services for the towels. Then they will give you 10 of these duckbill clips, which are used for sectioning Zulu knots and other kinds of sectioning. And this is where things kind of get mismatched, because when you're working on a guest, you don't really have time to like organize or reorganize all of your stuff. So like I said, my stuff kind of gets... So I'm just gonna get what I get and then explain it. First, this is one of your most useful brushes. It's the 413 sculpting brush, and you use this for blow drying and pretty much anything. And then let's see, you get the Paul Mitchell mirror, and I always keep mine in the bubble wrap. Oh, you can see my camera. But yes, I always keep mine in the bubble wrap so I can make sure that it doesn't get broken, because this Paul Mitchell mirror is like $40, and I don't need to be paying $40 for a mirror. So another thing that I like to keep in my kit, which I did get when I started school, was my experience menu. It is always wise to keep this at your station when you're with a guest, because this is like the puppy in the window. When a guest sees this and they start reading this, they'll see like all of the nice services that you guys have, and they'll be more inclined to upgrade their service. And then, let's see, I have my chemical or color apron. I don't really use that much. I'm not very cautious, I guess. Like, I'm confident that I am not as messy as some people. There's the chemical cape. Again, mine's not really folded in any way. They're really kind of hard to fold for me. Really, anything is hard to fold for me. And then my cutting cape, again, not really folded, but clipped. And then we get to like the brushes and things, like more brushes, I guess I should say. You have your 3 standard round brushes, which are used to create volume. They have the expressed iron round in the medium, the express iron round in extra large, and then we have the express iron round in large. For some reason I believe there's a small in here. I guess not. Alrighty then, apparently small does not exist at Paul Mitchell the school. And the next brush we have is the 427 paddle brush. I honestly have not used this brush yet, but apparently some people use it for things, so they put it in the kit. Another brush that we have are these boar bristle brushes, which I, again, have never used. I've never even touched them, so I guess I'm touching them right now. Apparently these are good. I've learned that these are good for giving you a lot of curl in your volume. So we have the small, the medium, and the large of those. And then we have the scalp brush, which is very, if you can see, it has very thick, listen to this. It has very thick bristles, so it's good for your scalp treatments. And then we have the styling brush, which is kind of comparable to the 413 and the 427. You can use this for blow drying, and this will be good for your textured guests when you're blow drying because it grabs the hair. I was thinking about making a video for left-handed people on Marcel curling, because I know when I started it was really difficult for me to figure out the manipulation, because if you've ever seen a Marcel iron, there's not really a clamp necessarily, it's just like a freestanding hand. And it's hard to figure out how to manipulate that so you can actually do the curl correctly. So, yes, this is by Hot Tools, by the way. The only brand that you can carry is Hot Tools and Paul Mitchell, just so you guys know, because I had questions when I first started, and that is what they told me. So, good information to know. making disasters. Okay, and then the last hot tool that you have is your Paul Mitchell Pro Tools Express Ion Smoothing Iron, which is a smoothing iron, in case you didn't know. But yeah. So, smoothing iron. And then, like, if you ever want to, like, upgrade your tools, you could always go with, like, the Neuro Smooth or the Neuro Unclipped or the unclipped wands. I really have a thing for those. I wanted to get one, but didn't really have enough money for that. So, maybe I'll buy one at Caper if they have them. I was really into the NeuroCell, which is the hot rollers. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you can always upgrade your tools as long as they are Paul Mitchell or hot tools. And then the last thing that you get in your kit, well, not technically the last thing, but the last thing that you get in your kit is your scissors. My scissors came in this case, and you have 3 different types of scissors. You have your standard long scissors. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to get out. These are the only ones I've ever personally used. But these are my long scissors. With tang. That's what this is called right here, the tang. Not that that means anything to you guys yet. And then you have your short scissors, which I've never used. And they're just black. These feel so new. And then they give you your texturizing shears. Sorry, this is taking me a minute. But it kind of looks like a comb with a scissor attachment. But yeah, this is to take out weight or bulk. And then finally, they give you a couple of extra things in that scissor kit. And that would be the Paul Mitchell Band-Aid and the scissor oil, I guess you could say. You're supposed to use it for your scissors to make sure that they don't like seize up or whatever. And then the very last thing in our kit is the Paul Mitchell Pro Tools Express Iron Dry Turbo Light Blow Dryer. And this is one of the attachments. We always use this attachment when we are blow drying. It is just a long, like, I wouldn't say diffuser, but whatever. We do have diffusers, they just didn't come in our kits. But yeah, this is our blow dryer. When you're blow drying, another thing you might want to know is that you always blow dry with your opposite hand, or your non-dominant hand, as they would say. And then the brush goes into your dominant hand and you blow dry. So, yeah, blow dry. Okay, now a few things to know about your kit is that you should definitely label everything that you get in your kit with your name on it. Because, as happens in any place or any, this is something that happens everywhere, is that people will take your stuff. It's nothing against the people that you are with. It's just, it's something that happens. A lot of girls in my school have had that happen to them. Just label all of your stuff. Another thing is to make sure you're keeping track of all of your stuff. Make sure you don't lose anything, and if you lose something or you break it, you replace it because you're always going to need it, and just make sure that you have everything that you need. Another thing to remember is to always have gloves. Gloves are very important, especially when you're doing chemical services. I know that my first week on the floor, I did not have gloves, so I couldn't really do chemical services like perms, relaxers, color even. Color's very important. Color is like one of the most important things at the school that you learn, even more than hair cutting, really, that I've noticed. So definitely make sure that you have gloves when you're going out onto the clinic floor. But anyway, that is my Paul Mitchell kit video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to hear some more stuff about Paul Mitchell, just leave me some comments and let me know what you're looking for. I kind of want to do a few more Paul Mitchell videos because that is a very important part of my life, and I like giving the knowledge that I learned and giving it to you guys. So just let me know what you're looking to hear, and I will make those videos for you guys. Anyway, I hope you guys had fun watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!